What's going on, guys? Welcome to High Integrity Dating. I'm Anthony. I'm a men's confidence coach and dating coach. And today we're going to be talking about getting yourself unstuck. Now, are you one of those guys who are having trouble actually stepping into the tension of stopping a woman? And you're spending a lot of time just walking around, not talking to women. Probably in a place of hopeful wishing. Hoping and wishing that at some point you'll stop a girl will make it easy for you to open her up. And while you're in this space of hopeful wishing, time is just wasting away. So I want to talk to you in this video as to why you should not be walking around for hours on end to get one stop in, and what that does to you on a subconscious level when you do that. And also, more importantly, how to stop doing it and how to get yourself to show up and get in front of women so that you can practice. Now, let me start by saying, when you're out there, mall, grocery store, shopping center, wherever you find an abundance of women walking around, it's really easy to freeze up. It's really easy to feel overwhelmed. Maybe you've got a story about people seeing you approach. Maybe you've got a story about getting rejected, period. Maybe you have a story about women not wanting to meet you and talk to you, not wanting to open up to you. Maybe you've got all of these stories wrapped in one. And if you do, it's going to make it that much more difficult for you to show up and just start talking to women right away. But don't worry, that's fixable. I was there and I overcame it, and I'm going to teach you exactly how. Now, it's important to know why you shouldn't do it so that you don't get caught in the trap. Because here's what happens. You go out with the intention of stopping a woman or approaching a woman. And then at some point, usually earlier on, there's a seed of doubt that settles into the mind. And that seed of doubt then affects your subconscious behavior. How does it affect your subconscious behavior? Well, it'll get you to freeze up, go into fight or flight. It'll get you to stall out. It'll get you to find reasons not to stop certain people who might be the people that you actually need to stop in order to get to the next step, the next level. It'll cause you to get very selective as to who you stop. And ultimately, it'll have you waiting for the perfect situation in order for you to stop someone. And that's not realistic. Also, when you give this doubt space, you're telling your subconscious mind that it's okay to saunter and walk around for long periods of time before you get your first approach in. You don't want to do that because your subconscious mind will take the liberty of taking all that time up, and you'll be out there walking around for 4 hours just to get one done when you could have got that one done in your first 5 minutes out. You don't want to program your subconscious mind with that behavior. You want to program your subconscious mind with the impression that when you go out, you're wasting no time and you're starting to engage with women immediately. The more you do this, the repetition of showing up and just going for it right away, it'll start to become second nature to you. And that's what you want, because when it becomes second nature to you, you can get more done. When you get more done, you're getting more experience. And when you get more experience, you get more comfortable. When you get more comfortable, you get better results. And when you get better results, you become a more confident, happy person. And that's what we're aiming for. So let me show you how to get unstuck if you're the guy who's out there for hours on end having trouble stopping a woman in the first place. Number 3, this is one that really worked for me, and I know it'll work for you. What I would do is I would sit down and I would close my eyes and I would just imagine the worst case scenario happening. And usually what that will look like is it will be some really hot blonde, some really hot black girl. This is a 10 who's a model, and I'm walking up to her and she's completely going cold on me. She may be yelling at me. She may just reject me in the most harshest ways. And I allow myself to feel that in my body. I let whatever comes up come up. And it'll last for maybe about a minute, minute and a half, 2 minutes if you're doing it effectively, if you're doing it the right way, right? Really imagining it actually happening. Because feeling is the most important part of that. You actually have to feel the worst case scenario happening in your body, experience it for that whatever 2-3 minutes that it's still there. And you'll notice once it hits its peak, it'll just drop off like that. And the minute that it drops off, all of a sudden you feel clear, you feel neutral, and you feel capable of going to stop a woman right away. What happened? Well, you really just took the worst case scenario that you were really storing in the back of your mind the whole time, which was causing you to not go in the first place, and you were allowing yourself to experience it right then and there so you can get the hell over it. And that's what happened. You got over it. And all of a sudden, that's the worst thing that could happen to you. You're like, that's not a big deal anymore. And then all of a sudden you start to go in. So go out there, put this trick to use. Let me know how it works for you. I know it works for me constantly. And I hope that it works for you too. Number 2, start small as humanly possible. If you get out there and you're having the struggles of thoughts are coming up, I can't approach women, I shouldn't be out here doing this, women don't want to talk to me, they don't want to open up to me, they're going to reject me harshly, I feel like a weirdo. Don't start by approaching attractive women. Don't. Start by approaching very easy people to approach. Start by approaching a couple bros, right? A couple dudes who walking around, a dude walking around, hey man, I like your shirt. Get into small conversations, ask for time and directions, right? We always talk about that. That's super easy. Ask old couples, ask women that know that you wouldn't sexually be attracted to them anyway, or that you just wouldn't. Go out and talk to store clerks who are paid to be there and just chit chat for a little bit. Hey, how's your day going? How's sales going here? Blah, blah, blah. You guys busy? It really doesn't matter. It's really about you getting in front of somebody and talking and giving yourself a chance to relax your nervous system when engaging with somebody. That's all this is. It's really just a game of working with your nervous system or relaxing and soothing your nervous system so that people don't feel as high attention as they feel to you as soon as you get out there. So I encourage you, go out and start small. Work your way up slowly. You'll start to notice that after you do a couple store clerks, a couple indirects, or people that you're not attracted to, all of a sudden, attractive women all of a sudden feel a little bit easier to engage with and talk to. And it'll cause you to start showing up a lot faster so that you're not standing out there sauntering for hours on end. And number 1, this is my favorite one and it works for me all the time, and it'll work for you too if you're having trouble with showing up and you're spending a lot of time just walking around. It's the opposite of number 3. It's taking a second and sitting down and in your mind visualizing the best case scenario. Now, it may take for you to find a particular woman there that you like, that you're interested in, and then taking a second, pausing before you go stop her and saying, what will be the best outcome in the situation? What will be the best case scenario? And I want you to slow down. I want you to start visualizing it in your mind's eye. You can take a seat or you can stand there and just do it in a very split second. I'm imagining myself walking up to this particular girl that I'm literally looking at right now, and I'm imagining me saying, hey, excuse me. And she's turning around very slowly. She sees me and then she smiles, and I give her a compliment, and then she takes that compliment and she opens right up and she turns her whole body to me and she starts to engage with me. Start to envision why it will work or why it should work, right? Because a lot of times we have this idea in our head that it's not going to work because of this. She's not going to want to talk to me because of this, because I'm out of shape. I haven't been to the gym in years. I'm an old guy. I'm 60 years old. She's not going to want to talk to me. She's not going to want to talk to me because I'm too young. You know, we get these stories that are complete bullshit because I've worked with the guys in every age range. I work with guys in every race. I work with guys in shape, out of shape, and they've all gotten some amazing results. So I know that these are stories. Now, for you, you may have these stories about yourself and you don't know that they're not true, but to you, they feel 100% true. Take my word for it. They're complete BS. Don't buy into it. Slow down and start imagining the best outcomes if you were to go approach X girl, Y girl, Z girl. And you'll start noticing it may be hard at first to imagine a really positive outcome, but the more you do it, little holes will start to poke through the difficulty of it all, and then you'll start to see little stuff like, well, maybe if I walk up to her, she'll be very friendly. And maybe she won't be all over me and sexually all over me, but she'll be very friendly and light and sweet. That's a step in the right direction. And it could even go from her being very nice and sweet to her being just all over you sexually, touching you, grabbing you, however your mind likes it to play out. But here's what's going to happen. that image in your mind of how it could turn out potentially, best outcome, it'll actually energize your body. And when it energizes your body, you'll start to notice that you feel more inclined to walk over there and just start talking to her. And if it's not that specific girl, it'll be the next girl. So anyways, go out and try these 3 things. Come back, put in the comments how this stuff works for you. I know it works for me like magic, and I know it'll work for you if you guys go out there and actually put it to practice. Anyways, guys, love you. Want to drop this tidbit on you. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace. How's your dating life? No, seriously. How's your dating life? How often are you actually dating? How many women are you dating? How many women would you like to be dating? When's the last time you actually went on a date? Has it been a year? Has it been years since you've been intimate with a woman? Has it been more than that? Have you never had experience of a woman in your life in the first place? If so, not a big deal. I've been there, I know what that's like. I've done a bunch of work with Brian and Fearless, and they built me up to be a very confident guy when it comes to dating. Am I perfect? Nobody's perfect. But I do have results, and I do have experiences I can look back on and say, wow, I would have never had these experiences had I not showed up and done those workshops with Brian. So anyways, if you're a guy who's stuck out there and you're watching these videos and you're wanting to get better with women, but you still feel like you're spinning your wheels and it's very hard for you to go out and take action, like you're having a difficult time going out there and doing it by yourself, let's hop on a consultation call. Let's find out where you're stuck at. Let's find out what your biggest challenge is, and let's see how we can move you forward in that. Now, I offer workshops, in-person workshops especially, which I love doing, working with models and the guys, taking the guys out, approaching for hours on end, taking them into the bars, and watching them get results. Like, to me, that's what's the most satisfying thing about the work that I do. And I don't like to see when guys are stuck, because I know that they could be a lot more than where they currently are, especially when they make excuses about it. That's the worst. But anyways, if you're stuck and you need help and you want to take your dating life to the next level and actually start to have more women in it, or at least the women that you actually want in it, reach out. Let's hop on a consultation call. I'll get to know you. We'll see what's the best route for you to go, and then we'll figure out a game plan. Anyways, I love you guys. I will see you guys in the next video. You guys take it easy.